I thought about what I'd want to say here at the end. And first of all, I want to thank my family. So, yeah, I couldn't be doing any of this without my family, and I'm very thankful to them. I also want to thank my staff, my amazing staff, many of who have been with me the entire time. The entire 12 years, I've been so blessed to have them by my side. And so many things that got done that they did that I get the credit for. But it was really their work, so I'm very thankful for them as well. When I am sworn in this week, it will be the first time ever that I've been in the majority. When I came on the Board of Supervisors, I was the youngest, and we were, in the minority as a rural part of the county. Certainly at UC Berkeley, I was in the minority, and my time here, I've been in the minority, and I think that's been really good for me. Actually, I think it's really honed my skills. It's helped me to understand how important it is that minority voices are heard, and that's why I've always been such a champion of that, and that we be treated fairly. And so, going into the majority, that's certainly something I will take with me. And it's not lost on me, right, as I stand here today, that I was elected overwhelmingly by the people of my district. And if things go to plan, my district really won't be able to elect a person of their choice. And that's a frustrating thing. It's also a frustrating thing for, I know, the people of Memphis. And I think we need to change that. And so I know I've heard from colleagues, across the aisle that they respect that, they realize that. I'm hopeful that we can change that. If we can't, let my people go. I have a resolution on this floor, AGR 23. In seriousness, what do we all want for our people but to be able to govern ourselves, right? And to be able to allow our people to forge their way forward, to pursue their happiness, to have life, liberty, and all of the blessings of being free, right? And that's what I've always really tried to champion. In the time that I've been here, you've probably seen me in a lot of different capacities. Maybe some you felt were positive, some that you felt were maybe not so positive. And I do appreciate my colleagues that I've had some heated banter with. I appreciate you, I really do. I'm not mad at you. and you know that I have no hate in my heart. I just don't. I never have. I fight hard for the things that I believe in. And certainly advocate for them hard, but I always leave the door open for relationship. And I think that's the thing that if you take anything from my time here, it's that, hey, he stood for his convictions, he fought for his people, represented his people well, that I was always down for a righteous cause, even if sometimes that righteous cause went against the grain, or even against party. Or allies, and I'm proud of the work that I was able to do on that front as well. And I would encourage you, hey, surprise people sometimes. That's okay. But the biggest thing, through all the things that maybe you've seen in me, I hope that the biggest thing you saw in me was Jesus, and not the flesh. That's always at war with the Spirit. I didn't always know the words to speak, and sometimes it was God who gave me the words to speak, and I hope that resounded. I hope that was heard. We're all flawed individuals. Our work here is worthy. They're good things, but they all pass away. They all pass away, and the most important thing is God working through us. And if there's anything that I can give, the greatest thing I can give to someone is to say that God loves you, that Christ died for you, and that he wants to give you water, living water, that you'll never thirst. And that has been very central to me. And I'm thankful for the many conversations that I've had with people across this aisle. You know those conversations. What people see in public is not always what we know in private, between people who are in this arena and who are fighting. And there's always this dichotomy of working in this legislature, of working in any legislative body. There's times when you have to be intractable, and there's times when you have to compromise. And there's an ebb and flow, to this work. There's a time when you want to be united, but there's a time when you really feel like you got to be divided. And I've navigated through that as best as I could. And so I hope what ultimately you saw out of this work product was Christ in me, the hope of glory. And I know I have brothers and sisters on this floor that I've been proud to serve with on both sides of the aisle. And I've been proud to stand against what we see as evil and not being afraid to call it out. And I've seen that in the members of this body, and I've respected it. I love and I hate this place. I love it because of those moments that we've had. And I know there has been those times where we've come together where I think I've felt like I was heard, and where I think we did good work as a body. Always remember, this institution is the most important. The legislative branch is the most important branch. Fight for it. Defend it. Use your power. It is the most important branch, but right now, nationwide, it's the weakest. And that's a problem. Let's make it stronger together. And I think, I see that I know I see the heart of that from many of the people that I've served with and I've had the pleasure of serving with. Thank you for the opportunity to have been able to serve. We're stewards. We're ultimately stewards of this position. One of the best pieces of advice I got from a longtime lobbyist when I was just coming in was, when you get to the point where you think you're the only one who could do this, it's time to leave. There are many great people who can step up and add to this. I think term limits are actually a good thing because it brings in fresh perspective, it brings in new blood, it brings in new ideas. I've been proud to have this time of stewardship over the 3rd Assembly District. And our job, I think, always is to leave it better than you came into it. I think that I've done that. I'll let history be the judge of whether or not that's so. But I certainly tried my very best to be that steward. And that's all that we can really do in this time that we have together. So I thank you for your friendship. I thank you at times for your debate, and shall I say enmity, not necessarily enmity, because at the end, we're still all human beings who love this state and obviously came here with the best intentions, and will continue to advocate for our people and for our values. And so I've been honored to be a part of that in the time that I've had. And so with that, I will just say, not goodbye, but I'll see you guys later. Thank you.